very beneficial to both long-term investors and short-term traders. During this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and viewers' view of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trade. So let me take a look at the poll. Wow, so we only have one guy here who is first time. So I'll just make this quick. So I'm Jin Wei. I have known Jin for about 3 years now. First, I was a student and now as a business partner. So Jin, a short introduction about Jin. He runs LCMS Traders. You guys, most of you know already, it's a trading academy, which is, we are running the webinar from LCMS Traders. And he's also a founder and chief trader of Forex Briefcase, where he trades 7 million USD on a daily basis. So if you want to find out more about Jin, I will post some links later. He's also an international speaker where he speaks in countries like Hong Kong, UK, US, Australia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, sharing his views about the FX market. So before I get Jin up, just do me another favor and answer this poll. So where did you, how did you get here? So that we know, so you can adjust the webinar accordingly to people coming in. So without further delays, I'll just pass the time to Jin. Yeah, Jin.
Yep, I'm back. How is everyone today? A big thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, okay, so what we have today, thanks for that, Jin Wei. What we have today, we are still on Facebook Live. This is on Facebook Live, so I'll give you 30 seconds, jump onto Facebook, jump to my profile, and then click share on this Facebook Live, just so that we can get more people on it. Those of you on Facebook Live, if you're gonna jump on a Zoom call, I'm pretty sure one of the guys will put in the link there for you for future Zoom calls. What we do here, like Jin Wei was saying already, is every day I'll be doing a different currency analysis. Today is Tuesday, so we're talking about the euro, all the information about the euro, how to trade, how to invest in the euro, the different ways, things to look out for, the triggers, the news. Yesterday I did say that although I'll be talking about the euro today, I will also be adding in a bit of analysis about the yen, because Bank of Japan came out with some news about the yen yesterday, so we'll talk about that as well. All right, so quite a bit of information to get through today. I'll be sharing some charts, sharing some news ideas, and also sharing with you what we do at LCMS Traders Club. Okay, so not a lot about that today because most of you have came in through the LCMS Traders Club. I can see some of you from Telegram. Those who came in from Telegram, give me a big thumbs up. Just say, let me know who is from Telegram. Okay, a couple of you came in from Telegram with some new people, meetup groups as well. Great. So if you have any questions, put it in the group chat, the Zoom chat there. Those of you who do comment on Facebook Live, I will also, if I see it, I will answer your questions. Right, so give me your questions and then I will get to them. Let's get started. First things first, euro chart, euro on a daily. Kenneth, give me a big thumbs up if you can see my chart. Caught him by surprise, right? So Kenneth got caught by surprise there. So I'll start picking on people today, just because we want a bit more, everyone to pay attention. So on a daily chart, I don't know, when I teach my students, normally I would say, we look at the H4 at the maximum, because on the H4, for most traders, that I feel, for me, my experience on looking at teaching traders is H4 should be the biggest time frame you look at, because if you hold on to trades for too long, you're not going to have that kind of capital to hold on for trades for too long, or you might feel that if you hold on for trades for too long, your risk profile might be a bit too high, or when even if you make money, you know, holding it for so long and making a little bit of profits might not be worth it that much. So on trading side, I look at it from H4, H1 and down. As an investor, you know, if you got properties, you got businesses that you need to buy, manage your cash flow, hedge your positions, we look at day one or higher. So I do a lot of advisory work for my friends and family where they ask me about what to do, when to change currencies for their property purchase or to pay out investors. So I do it on a daily time frame for them. Looking at the euro on a daily time frame, let me just move that away. Okay, looking at the euro on a daily time frame, it has really been quite a quiet market for the past couple of days. Yesterday was really a lot of Australia and New Zealand were on Anzac Day. Not much happening in the euro. So if I zoomed in a little bit, you could see that, you know, it's really been sitting across at the 1.0824 level for the past couple of days already. It's actually just moved slightly lower. The last time I spoke about the euro, I said that it could go up to about the 1.0863 level. It did go there before possibly coming back down. I still hold that view at this point in time, with the belief that, you know, it has gone up. It can come back lower, although I might adjust it and say that it might sit there a little bit, move a little bit lower, sit there a little bit before coming back down, right? So I don't think that it's going to be quite a quick sharp drop. I think that it might come back down. It might sit there a little bit before coming back down. So I'll tell you the reasons why I think that as well later, slightly later on. So you know, quite straight and easy for euro. I know that euro is one of the currency pairs most traders like to pick on because of the volatility, because of the liquidity that they think that is going to be great opportunities to trade. So give me in the chat, you know, I'm not going to make you do a thumbs up now because I can't see most of your thumbs. Give me in the chat, is euro one of the currency pairs that you trade quite often? We have 26 of you in here. I expect to see 25 results because I'm the only one not responding. So yes, 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 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, 7, right, 8, 9. I'm not gonna move on until we get 25. All right, I'm just kidding. So see, from what we see here is, you know, almost 90% of you do focus on the euro. A lot of 2 of you actually said depends on news and sentiment, right? So that's actually one of the main things I want to pick on today for the euro, right? It's really it does move quite a bit more than other pairs because it's really the euro against and the US, the two major economies in global standing. Trading, so we do see quite a lot of capital flows between the two, which explains a lot more about the liquidity and the volatility. But with that volatility, as much as you can make a lot, you can also lose a lot quite quickly. So I do agree with a lot of you that says, you know, it depends on news and sentiment. You know, make sure that if you want to be trading the euro, try and have some clear news which will drive the direction of the currency pair, right? So if something comes out, if there's a news that comes out and drives it lower, then start selling it. Have a bias to see what you're looking for and what you're trying to trade towards. So that's why for me, when I trade the euro, I look at it and I go, okay, I'm looking at it going, it's going to be a bit quiet before heading lower. So that's my bias. And then I'll start looking at news to see whether it supports my bias or not. Okay, so that's the euro on the daily time frame. Euro on the 4 hours, you know, we see it. Let me zoom it out a little bit, makes it a bit easier to see. Euro on the 4 hours, this was the last time we spoke about, saying it might come back down. At this point, I don't see much triggers until Thursday for it to start moving lower, possibly move lower. So that's why I see that it's probably going to sit across before coming back down. We do have some price action indicators that tell us that it could, the formation that setup is looking like it's trying to go lower. It has tested this resistance. If I pull this resistance across, it has tested this resistance quite closely. It does look like, in my view, that it might come lower. So if that's a trade, 100 and something stop loss with 150 take profit, that also could be a trade that might interest me. That might be a trade that you want to look out for as well. So might not happen straight away. Put it on your watch list, something to pay attention to. Okay, so euro, quite straightforward, I feel. Euro pound on the daily, I was just sharing this with my Trader Club's members last night. We did a weekly call last night. Every Monday we do a call, only for club members. And those club members who are here, right, you remember what I said yesterday. I switched on to the euro pound trade chart and I said, don't worry about this pair for now. It's still sitting at my support level of 0.8725, not doing much. It hasn't done much for, let me see, for the last 12 days. Looking at it on the daily chart, it hasn't done much for the last 12 days. Tried to break up, couldn't, came back into that support level again. So at that point, I still don't think it's going to do much. Maybe slightly lower, but as it goes lower, I do think that, so this upward move is, I would say, invalid anymore. I would say that maybe it will come lower, but it might also come lower and then retest back up again. So I still don't feel there's any real direction in the euro pound at this point in time. It's going to fluctuate in that support level maybe until middle or early in the month, or into the middle of the month of next month as well. So probably not something I'll pay a lot of attention to. Looking at it on H4, you can see that it really is hugging that line. And I drew this line when we first started looking at doing a daily currency call, which was, if I'm not wrong, maybe middle of the month or earlier in April. So when we started doing that, we drew this line and it's been sitting there already. So, this is not going to be something that I'll be paying much attention to at this point. So euro, still looking for it to move across and down. Euro pound is probably going to sit across for an extended period of time, in my view, right? So what are the triggers that could move the euro lower or move the euro pound, or possibly try and move the euro pound a bit more? Let me just flick onto Forex Factory for you. I see chat going off a little bit. Let me see. Okay, Daniel is doing a great job with the summaries. So if I rambled on too quickly, check the summaries there as well. All right, so can you see my Forex Factory? Yes. Yep, okay, good. So looking at Forex Factory today, nothing much happening today. The Bank of Japan news that was supposed to happen today was moved to yesterday, so I'll tell you more about that shortly. Nothing much happening today. Tomorrow we have an Aussie CPI. We spoke about that yesterday already. It's in the video. We have a bit of a GDP news coming from in the evenings. Tomorrow evening we have GDP news coming from the US. Was 2.1%, expected to be minus 3.9%. Do I expect to see a worse result? Yes. Would it be a lot worse? Possibly. But would the impact on the US dollar be huge? Probably not, because everyone is expecting a bad result, whether it's going to be very bad or a little bit worse than expected. I feel that we're already so negative, sentiment's already negative. We might not see a huge result if it comes out to be even -2, -3, -4%. We might not see a huge move in the weakening of the US dollar. On Thursday morning, though, we do have Fed funds rate expected to hold rates at 0.25%, but the statement and the press conference that they share with us later in that morning is going to be important because it's going to probably give a bit of a view of what's going to happen, what's the FOMC going to do to try and stimulate the economy in terms of printing more money, injecting more stimulus into the markets, or what other kind of tools they have, and the time frames of implementation that they're going to put into to try and make sure that the US economy doesn't crumble, right? And with that, it's probably going to prop up the stock market a little bit. As it props up the market, we could see the US dollar gaining a little bit of strength, or if it doesn't do if they don't do what most of the people in the market, most participants in the market expects, then we could see a little bit of a weakening in the US dollar. So if you are trading, I know I will be, if you are trading at the 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. Period on Thursday morning, pay attention to the statements and the press conference. Don't jump into a trade just because rates haven't changed. Make sure you decipher the statement to understand what's to look out for. I'll go into more detail in that tomorrow at tomorrow's currency call as the news develops as well. Okay, but what I want to pay a lot of attention to is on Thursday in the evening at 7:45, we have the euro rates. They're going to keep rates at 0, but eurozone had been hit quite hard by the virus situation. So as they've been hit quite hard, economy is going to get decimated. Well, to make it sound really significant, decimated. What's the eurozone going to do? Are they going to again more stimulus? What are they going to do to try and boost the economies across the different countries? Pay attention to the policy statement and also the press conference that's going to come up as well. So I think that is going to be a major mover for the euro currency on Thursday evening at 7:45 to 8:30 p.m. Pay a lot of attention to that. If you have a trade running, right, I would probably, for the euro especially, I would probably consider getting out of it because volatility is going to really spike up and down at that point. If you don't have a trade running, don't jump in before that unless you are a bit of a high risk taker. What I would probably best advise is to wait for the news, see what happens. If it fits to your expectation, then jump in, right? A lot of times people say, when I tell people to see what happens, then jump in, they see what happens, it doesn't fit to expectations. So they expect it to drop, it's going up, they go and sell. Don't do that, right? Make sure it fits to your expectation, then jump in according to what you expected to see and what is happening. Then I would find that to be the safest way to trade. Okay, so on Thursday evenings, that's where the euro is going to happen. I do anticipate a bit more volatility there. Friday, take a break. It's going to be holidays across the eurozone because of, I can't remember what's happening there, right? So there's going to be a bit of a bank holiday in the eurozone, so we might see a lot less volatility during that period. Only a little bit of news coming at 10 p.m. on a Friday for the US manufacturing PMI. So, quite a bit of news only on Thursday that you pay attention to. Any questions so far? I see the chat going. Right, Daniel has been doing a great job at the summaries. Any questions so far? Let me see. Louis, you happy? Good. Robbie's happy? Ty, on the other profile, you good? Awesome. Suyin asks, is it possible to do a live trading session on Thursday? Thursday 2 a.m.? Suyin, do you mean Thursday 2 a.m.? I might, but at 2 a.m. I'm probably not going to be shouting at the top of my voice like that. So I might do a live trading session at 2 a.m. on Thursday. We might run a poll for trade. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll run. Daniel, can you do up a poll for Traders Club Thursday 2 a.m. live trading session? If I get more than 20 people who say they're going to register and turn up, we will do the live trading session. Oh, Thursday. Okay, fine. We'll do Euro News then. Thursday, Euro News at 8:30. Then you'll do that poll. Only for Trader Club's members, I will do a live trading session. So live trading account, screen sharing, walking you through my thoughts and processes when I'm trading that news. So only if I get more than 20 people who say they want to come. And if you're going to do a poll, do it on the Traders Club. Do it on Traders Club, Daniel. In the Traders Club poll, all right? So while I'm talking about Traders Club, let me share with you what I mean about Traders Club. Let me move that away. So, oops, that's not Traders Club. Okay, let me get to Traders Club. So Traders Club on Facebook, LCMS, go search for it. LCMS Traders Club on Facebook is a private group where a lot of you came from. So I'm not going to go through this too much in detail. Private group, we have a trading competition that we run every month, $2,000 US cash prize. So you want to join Traders Club so that you can win that cash prize as well. It's done monthly. Every month we find a winner. Only live accounts on SamTrade FX. Currency call I was sharing today. This is the weekly live call that we had yesterday. So it's published on YouTube, but only for Trader Club's members, right? So not everyone gets it. Only if you join the training club, you get the video and also to join the call. Went through a lot of detail there. Lewis, I've been picking on Lewis a lot. Last night, 10 hours ago, he was asking a question. Immediately I was answering questions. Daniel was answering questions. So you get all your questions answered there as well. That's our weekly webinar. Andrew, I was just talking to Andrew. You did like 9 p.m. videos there. A couple of you came in from the Telegram channel. If you came in from Telegram channel, you get the trade signals. Trade signals are here. We fire it up in Traders Club first, then it goes into Telegram channel. So we tell you whether Daniel fires out the signals to sell Euro Yen at this price, stop loss, take profits 1, 2, and 3. He also tells you the analysis behind why he fires out the signals. So, the step-by-step analysis and logic, the system behind why he's entering a trade. Yongjin, I'm sure you're on the call as well. Imagine seeing a signal, but knowing that you have the exact same entry before the signal came out, it really helps with your confidence, having a sounding board to enter a trade. We have currency correlation tables there, watch list, my analysis are all there. This is a special one. Every Wednesday evening, we have a coaching call. So at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday evening, we have a coaching call for all Trader Club members where Jonathan and Daniel will be guiding you through your whole journey in trading. Every coaching session, we have a different topic that we'll be guiding through. So that'll be interesting to attend. Weekly live calls, we have videos. So this Traders Club is really there to guide you through your trading, right? To guide you through your trading. Poll is up. Make sure you vote for that. It is $49 a month or $199 a year. So it is a paid group. So find it, join, and then Chinwei will send you the links to do the payments for that as well. All right. It's going to be, we see people joining. I see people joining already, so that's great. Any other questions? Okay, so as you go into the Traders Club, as you join that as well, I'm going to keep rambling on. I'm going to tell you more about what happened in the Bank of Japan and the yen. I'm just tapping into, because it happened yesterday, right? So let me quickly jump into, I'm flicking between screens and charts. I hope you don't mind. Yesterday we had the Bank of Japan at 11:08 a.m. Just as we started doing our currency call yesterday, they released the Bank of Japan outlook and policy statement. What happened was the Bank of Japan, just looking at the headlines, they removed their cap as per the rumors. They removed their cap on Japanese government bond purchases. So that means initially they said, hey, we can only buy up to that much. Right now, they removed that cap, so they can buy as much as they want. Right? It looks a bit like this here. They can buy as much as they want, which means that as the Bank of Japan buys government bonds, as they buy more bonds, what's going to happen? They buy means they're pushing money into the market. As they push money into the market, supply of money increases. As supply of money increases, what happens to the value of the Japanese yen? Value of Japanese yen is likely to drop, right? Supply increase, demand stays the same, value drops. So Bank of Japan removing a cap on government bond purchases is likely to increase supply and drop the value of the Japanese yen. However, we did not see that happen in the Japanese yen. Why? I will show you. It's actually because as much as they said that they're going to remove the limit, and they're going to almost double the amount of purchases. These are all what they want to do, what they're planning to do, what they want to do, but they have not implemented it yet, right? Let me just find that news for you. I'm scrolling through really quickly. It's somewhere here. All right. So if you can see that Bank of Japan's Kuroda-san said will add easing without hesitation if needed, right? So that's quite an important point, because what the Bank of Japan has done now, in my view, is that they have removed limits. They have signaled the intention to double, but they have not done anything yet. That's just a notice to the public, right? So that's why we have not seen that massive weakening in the Japanese yen. In fact, we saw some strengthening because people got disappointed expecting them to increase, to implement the action straight away. So we saw a slight strengthening of the Japanese yen without the increase, without the weakening straight away. What's likely to happen, I feel, is that we might see the currency, we might see Bank of Japan only implemented when the other economies get a little bit stronger, because if they were to weaken the currency now, if Bank of Japan were to try to weaken the currency now, we could see that it's not going to have much impact, because other currency pairs are going to be weak as well. So the way for everyone to stabilize, then they weaken, then you're going to see the Bank of Japan's policy having a massive impact on that, on their own currency that way. All right. So quick insight into what the actions of the Bank of Japan, or the inactions coming from the Bank of Japan. Okay. Any questions at this point? I rambled on for a great 20 minutes. Any questions at this point? Make sure you join LCMS Traders Club. We have this currency call every day at 11 a.m. Tomorrow I'll be talking about, what am I talking about tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll be talking about the pound. All right, we'll be talking about the pound. We'll be talking about the yen and gold on Thursday. So every day, 11 a.m. we have this. Mondays, we have the weekly calls. Wednesdays, we have the coaching calls. Every night, We also have an update only for Trader Club members. Every night we also have an update of this currency call at 9 p.m. So make sure you guys in the Trader Club tune in to Facebook. It's not going to be a Zoom call. It's probably going to be a Facebook Live. So make sure you tune in to that Facebook Live in the club itself. Right. So I think I'll run that last poll.
Okay.
How did you find today's session? Launching. All right. How did you find today's session?
Yeah, just as you guys are answering, just want to let you guys know that the recording of this video will be uploaded. Yeah. So shall we end off the session, Jin?
Yeah, let's get a few more people to answer.
All right, cool. Yeah.
There's only 14 out of 20 of you.
Yeah.
Come on, another 6 more. Who are the 6 who haven't answered yet? I love
Actually,
it.
who answered? Who answered? Just curious, who answered could be long. Who could be longer, more analysis? Just wanted to know, like, you know, what kind of what kind of, yeah, what is expected to be, in terms of more analysis. Yeah. Not sure he's the person is willing to talk about it. Yeah. But yeah, so
93% of you love this session. So
yeah. All right, so 5 more people.
All right, let's end it then.
All right then. So okay, cool.
Take care now.
Okay, thank you.
Trade safe.
Bye.
Tomorrow. Bye.